Hello friends, how are you guys doing today? Today we are doing the January 2020 predictions. Oh my goodness, can you believe that it is already so close to January into 2020? 2019 went by so quickly for me. I have no clue where the time went, honestly. It's just, wow. It has gone by so fast. So before I even get started, I want to know something, guys. What are your big plans for New Year's Eve? Do you guys like to go out? Do you like to stay at home? What do you guys like to do? Let me know down in the comments down below. So anyways, let's get started on this tarot reading. So this is a pick a card format. For those of you who are not familiar with this format, I have 4 different piles, and each pile contains different tarot and oracle cards. I have a couple different decks that I'm using, and each pile is roughly the same amount of cards, though there is some variance. What I would like you to do to get started is I would like you to ground yourself and calm the mind so that you can listen to your intuition as to which cards you should pick. So to do this, I want you to take 3 deep, mindful breaths. Close your eyes, take a deep breath in, and let it out slowly. And while you do this, I want you to ask yourself, what can I expect for January 2020? What are the energies surrounding January? And then when you feel you are ready, open your eyes and listen to your intuition as to which pile is calling your name. So each of these top cards does have a crystal, which I will reveal in a moment. But this is pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, pile 4. Take a moment to select your pile, and then I will flip over the crystal cards. So pile number 1 is the hematite crystal. Pile number 2 is turquoise. Pile number 3 is amazonite. And pile number 4 is chryophrase. I'm sorry if I'm saying that incorrectly. I probably am. Chrysophrase? I don't know. Let me know down in the comments if you know how to pronounce that. But anyways, if your intuition is telling you something different now that you see the crystals, you can either listen to your intuition and go off the crystal that is calling to you, or you can listen to both piles, because it might mean that there are messages for you in both piles. Okay, the timestamps for the piles will be in the description as well as the top pinned comment. So let's get started. Hello, group number 1 with the hematite stone. So hematite is an earth element stone. It is a very grounding stone. I like to work with hematite when I'm feeling a little overwhelmed and a little kind of emotional. I find hematite to be very grounding and really helps to kind of anchor your energies. It's great for meditation. And also, because it is black, it is also like a protection stone. So if you're feeling nervous about a situation or anything, hematite is a wonderful stone to carry around with you. So let's get started. We're going to start with your tarot cards. So we have the 7 of Cups, the 9 of Swords, and the 4 of Pentacles. Okay, so it seems like this January, you guys are going to have a lot of options that will be coming to you, and it's almost making you a little bit nervous. With this 9 of Swords, it's like you're kind of hesitant in a way to maybe make a decision or to choose something, or even to accept something into your life because maybe you feel like you're not quite worthy of it, or there's just something about it that's making you feel uncomfortable. With this Four of Pentacles, this gentleman is saving. He is saving all the money he can, and he's not letting it go out. So that might be what you're hesitant about. You might have a new opportunity that is being offered to you, maybe to go back to school or to take a class or something, but it might involve putting out a bit of money. And you're very hesitant to do this because maybe your finances are not where you would like them to be, or whatever the case might be. But I have a strong sense that this opportunity that's going to be presented to you that you're hesitant to take is going to be a good one. But you have to put out the money up front in order to see the return on your investment. Sure, if you don't put any money out, you're not, any further back, but you also are denying yourself of the opportunity to move ahead. So in January, if you're having opportunities that involve spending money to, broader your education or even just improve your health too, is something that I'm hearing, like a gym membership. If you're really wanting to improve the health of your vessel, of your earthly body, then it might take something more than what you can just do at home. I'm not saying home exercise is bad, but if you need to be paying for, say, a gym membership or a class to have the motivation to actually go, then that might be what you need to do in order to reach your goals. Same thing, say you want to improve, cooking. Like this chalice here with the fire is making me think of cooking. If you want to improve your cooking skills, so that you can improve your vessel and become healthier, sometimes this means you need to invest in a cooking class, whether this be investing your finances into a cooking class or investing your time into, taking books out of the library, following new recipes and learning in that way. This doesn't always have to be about money. The Four of Pentacles, yes, it's a representation of hoarding money, but this could also be your time. You're not willing to give your time to do something. And this hesitation about not wanting to give your time, your money, your effort, whatever it might be, will really slow down these opportunities. And so if you really do want to progress this month, you do have to balance kind of like the habits that you're stuck in with stepping outside of your comfort zone to be able to have new experiences, have new habits become established within your life. And maybe that's also where this hematite comes in, is that you're nervous about trying these new things. So just remember to, when you're feeling nervous, to ground yourself, to protect your energies, and then move forward from there with what you feel comfortable doing. I'm not saying you have to take a big step. Whether you have 100 stairs to climb or you have 1,000 stairs to climb, the only way to do it is to start with the first step, right? One small step at a time will really help to bring these opportunities into your life. And it's also a lot less scarier to think of 1,000-step staircase instead of thinking, oh my gosh, it's 1,000 steps. You just have to do one step at a time. Instead of doing 1,000 steps one time, you do one step 1,000 times. You can do one step, and then you can do it again, and then you can do it again. Okay? You guys have 2 dragon cards. Let's see what your dragons have to say. So we have Archangel Gabriel's dragon, and this brings purification. Self-discipline will speed ascension and bring joy. You can carry Archangel Gabriel's diamond. So again, this is all about self-discipline, which is very much what I was talking about with the 1,000 steps one time, or one step 1,000 times. Sure, if you're going to do that one step 1,000 times, it is going to take discipline to keep reminding yourself that yes, you have to do this. You need to, like, it's good for you. It's healthy. It's going to bring you prosperity in the long run, because it is, you have a lot of tasks that you're going to have to do if you break it down into smaller, more manageable, less intimidating tasks. And so it's all about self-discipline to keep up with those tasks. But sooner than later, when you start establishing these habits, like I think most habits take 21 days to become established and become a part of your routine. So it takes self-discipline for about 21 days before climbing those steps every single day is just habit. You just get up and you do it because it's now a part of your routine, a part of your habit. Okay? And then we have the golden solar dragon. Helps you stand in your masculine power with wisdom. Let your DNA be reprogrammed and light codes activated. Become an inspiration leader. Yeah, so again, what I was talking about with the habits, with 21 days, let your DNA be reprogrammed. That's what you're doing when you're establishing new habits. You are reprogramming your DNA. This is going to be a new part of who you are. You're letting go of the past and what is no longer serving you, and you're reprogramming these new attitudes, these new actions, to become who you want to be in this new coming year. Okay, and then we have a numerology card 14, which is moderation. And I think, again, with this Four of Pentacles here, where he was kind of like, hoarding that money, hoarding his time, it's all about doing things in moderation. I'm not suggesting that you have to go out and you have to spend thousands of dollars on something if you don't feel comfortable doing that. But if you can go out and you can say spend $5 on something, and that's a number that you feel comfortable with, then that's fine. It's not about doing things in excess. It's about doing things in moderation and doing things that make it comfortable for you. And again, the important verbiage there is for you, because what will make one person comfortable might not be what makes another person comfortable. So, going back to the climbing of the stairs, if you can do 20 stairs in one day, well, that's wonderful. Someone else might only be able to do 10. And I mean, not everyone has a body that's physically capable of doing stairs. So again, they take the elevator, and it's just doing it in a different way. And it's about doing it in a way where you are being consistent, and also not burning yourself out. And so it's about living in moderation so that you don't burn yourself out, but you're also not just stuck here in bed like this Nine of Swords. To get here, you do need to take action. But if you take all the action at once, then you're just going to burn yourself out. You're going to be exhausted, and it's not going to be worth doing. So it's about living in moderation while reaching for your dreams. And then the last card we have is the card of Serendipity. That's a beautiful card. I love the imagery on this card with the 4-leaf clover and the little, I guess it's just, she's got butterfly wings, so maybe she's a little fairy or something. I'm not exactly sure, but this card, it's all about taking opportunities. Like she has found this 4-leaf clover and she is holding on to it and flying off with it. She has allowed herself to take action when the opportunity presents itself. So again, it's about not lying in bed and just taking those little steps so that when an opportunity is presented to you, you have the foundation already established. You have the DNA reprogrammed to take action by establishing these habits. It's about being prepared to take the action that you need to take to reach your dreams, to see these opportunities flourish and, be very comfortable and confident within your decision. So that is what I see for group number 1. If you enjoyed this reading, please hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video. Love, light, and happiness to all of you. Have a fantastic day. Bye. Hello, group number 2. Those of you who picked the pile with the turquoise stone. So turquoise is a water stone. It is a stone that helps to promote balance. It's really balancing of the masculine and feminine energies. And it promotes harmony and relaxation. So if those are things that you need to improve in your life, maybe it's time to get some turquoise. There is a lot of beautiful turquoise jewelry on the market. That is your stone. Let's start with your tarot cards. So we have the 9 of Wands, we have the High Priestess, and the 7 of Pentacles. So first off, we've got the High Priestess here in the middle. And this is telling me that you could very well be on the beginning or a new level of a spiritual journey. The High Priestess is a very intuitive being. She is, she has spiritual guidance kind of like built into her soul, into her spirit. She is a representation of the divine feminine and also a representation of your subconscious mind. So I'm feeling like with this turquoise stone here, maybe this month we're dealing with trying to find a balance or establish a balance, or even just improve the balance between our spirituality and the physical world, our subconscious mind to our conscious mind, finding a balance within ourselves. Okay, and then we have the 7 of Pentacles here, and this is the 7 of Pentacles speaks of a long-term vision. She's got the pentacles growing off of the tree here. It's a beautiful, bountiful orchard, and she will be able to harvest this orchard for years to come. An orchard is not like an annual plant where you have, the abundance once and then you have to save the seeds and replant. Trees will continue to give abundance over the long term. And then we have the 9 of Wands here. And this is about courage and kind of testing your faith, testing your commitment to yourself. So again, both of these cards really speak to the High Priestess as this being a long-term thing that you are working on. So I'm feeling like this harmony might not exactly come to fruition in January, but it's something that you are going to be consciously working on, something that you're going to be mindful of throughout January to establish the habits for this to be kind of a lifelong thing. So this could even be something like practicing your intuition if you work with divination or other spiritual practices. This could be setting up meditation practice, starting doing yoga, working with the chakras, something to bring your spirituality into your everyday life. Okay, let's see. We have the fire dragon. Burns up the lower energies around you. You are safe and protected. Be determined and inspired. Clear your soul pathway. I actually want you guys to type that down in the comments below here. This, you are safe and protected. So often when we begin on a spiritual journey, especially if our family and friends might not be on the same kind of a path, we often feel the need to hide. We feel the need to kind of not let other people into this part of our life because we're afraid. We're afraid of the judgment. We're afraid of the criticism. We're afraid that people are not going to understand. But it's amazing with this day and age, with the technology, with, channels like mine here on Facebook, channels like mine here on YouTube, as well as many other spiritual YouTubers. And then there's also things like Facebook groups, and I'm not really into Reddit, but I'm sure there's tons of spiritual subreddits. Even I found like a community of spiritual people on Twitter, and it's amazing the connection that you can have with people that you've never met, but they share similar interests to you. And so you can find guidance, you can ask questions. There's all sorts of amazing opportunities available online when you feel like your physical location might not be a safe one for you to expand into this realm. Okay. So yeah, just type in the comments down below that you are safe and protected. Again, if you don't feel comfortable doing it on YouTube, that's perfectly okay. I do understand that some of us are not, whether we're out of the broom closet or whether we're just, you might not be a witchy type, you just like the spiritual arts. Not everyone is out to all of their family and friends, but it's okay. We will keep your identity safe. And then we have 2 numerology cards, which are interesting. So you have Pride and you have Rebirth, which is interesting because so often we think that we have to let go of our pride to, kind of come out as who we are. Like people, they hide themselves, they suppress themselves, and aren't always willing to show their true colors. But I'm feeling like in January, you guys are starting this process of rebirth. You are going to, it's interesting, we have the rebirth and the water cards. Even this high priestess coming out of the water, like a very birth-like image, in many ways, just, coming out of the waters of the womb. But this is, a spiritual rebirth, I feel, for so many of you. So it's just, it's about taking pride in who you are and not hiding yourself. And this might take a little bit of a rebirth, whether this is a rebirth that you share with everyone or just something within you where you're like, you know what, this is who I am, this is who I'm going to be, and then slowly start to shed your old skin and let others into this new world. And then we have 2 of the Wisdom of the Oracle cards. The first one we have is Time for a Nap. I love this little fox on the moon here. And, this is just telling me that, sometimes we need to slow down and, take a nap. Things don't always happen quickly. And again, I don't feel like this is something that's going to happen in January. I feel like this is something that you're going to set the roots down and explore for probably the rest of the year, if not longer than that. Rebirth doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't happen like in an instant. It's a slow transformation, and sometimes you gotta remember that you can slow down, you can take a nap, and you can move at your own pace. It's not about being rushed. It is about learning and establishing new habits and just becoming the person you've always felt that you are. Okay? And then we have the card of Message in a Bottle. Yeah. This is telling me that, like, I would assume that you guys get downloads, like messages, whether they come in the form of dreams, or through meditation, or even just, sensing things throughout the day on a deeper level than just your five senses. If you don't really have this kind of, not so much psychic, but maybe more intuitive kind of a gift, I'm going to say it's not that you don't have it, it's just that you haven't received the message yet, you haven't listened. So part of this process might also be being willing to calm the mind, which is perfect for a nap. I mean, maybe this isn't an actual nap, but maybe this is a metaphor for just having some quiet time, whether it be meditation, doing some breathing exercises, some yoga or something like that. It doesn't actually literally mean you need to take a nap and sleep. It could just be, calming your mind so that you are able to hear these messages, whether these are from your ancestors, whether these are spirit guides, or just downloads from the universe in general. I feel like this is a skill that you guys are going to develop and hone, again, starting in January and then moving forward throughout the rest of the year. And then the last thing that I just want to kind of connect the dots here with this fire dragon, with the you are safe and protected. Make sure that if you do venture into these other realms, whether it be astral travel, through meditation, dream states, all of that, make sure that when you are consciously practicing this, make sure you feel that you are safe. Whether it's creating a safe space within your home, or if you're outside, maybe you have, you're in like an area that you know well, that you're not going to be disturbed. I love to meditate outside, and there's certain areas where I will go and meditate outside, but then there's other areas where the wildlife where I live in the foothills of the Rocky Mountains. So like we have cougars and bears and bobcats and, so like I physically do not feel safe meditating out in the woods by myself just because, logistically it's not safe. I like to be making noise when I'm out in the woods with a group of people. So just make sure that as you dive into this realm of kind of connecting the conscious and the subconscious, that you are in a physically safe place while you're doing so. Okay, so that is the message I'm receiving for you, group number 2, those who picked the turquoise. If you enjoyed this reading, please subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next reading. Love, light, and happiness to all of you. Have a fantastic day. Bye. Hello, group number 3. Those of you who chose the Amazonite. Amazonite is an air stone. It is a very beautiful stone. I don't actually think I have any within arm's reach, but it's a very beautiful stone. Again, it is an air stone, and this is a wonderful stone for transformation, for establishing new habits and breaking down old habits. It's also a wonderful stone for tapping into your psychic abilities. So Amazonite might be a wonderful stone for you for meditation, or just to carry along with you. So let's get started on your tarot cards. We have the Ace of Pentacles, the Sun, and the Hermit. Okay, did I not mention meditation with Amazonite? If I didn't, it's a wonderful stone for meditation, which really reflects with this Hermit card. So for you guys, we are on the verge of something big. You guys have big dreams, and you are starting out on the right foot for 2020 this January. I feel like you guys are excited for whatever you're reaching for. I'm feeling that this is very much in tune with finances, career, something monetary, something that's going to bring you financial freedom. This could even, this doesn't even have to be something new, but you're kind of excited whether, this could be even just excited because you've got a new game plan about how you're going to pay off your debt this year. This doesn't necessarily mean you're going to have all this money coming into your life. Kudos to you if you do, but it's also just about reworking what you have and understanding that you have enough and that you can make a do with what you have. You just need to, sometimes shift things around. And now this might also mean that you can make money with something that you're already doing and something that you already have. It's just going to take some planning, some meditation, some dreaming to get to what the ideas are. So, this could be taking a hobby or an interest, a passion of yours, and figuring out a way to make money with it. This could be taking things that you already have in your home, maybe that aren't being used, and selling them to create financial prosperity. With the Sun, I'm seeing a lot of orbits and things being circular. So it's about passing on what is no longer serving you so that you can receive more into your life. It's about opening up the space, both physically and mentally, potentially even spiritually, to be able to receive new things into your life. So I'm feeling like with the Ace of Pentacles, and this is an interesting card here because there is this moon on the top of the card here, and moons are about reflection. So it's about seeing what you have as you're moving forward, which is why I'm thinking this might not be something new that you are endeavoring to do, but it's reworking, it's reevaluating, it's reflecting upon what you already have and finding a way to make what you have work for you to increase your prosperity, to increase your abundance. It could even just be a shift in mindset to realize that, you know what, I actually do have a lot. And by shifting that mindset, you are then welcoming space for more. You're changing your vibration. You're raising your vibration from a place of lack into a place of love and appreciation and peace, so that when you do, and it's going to be a change of how you think of things. So it's like, another bill has come in, and you're like, it changes to, instead of dreading that bill coming in, that bill signifies the abundance in your life. Like you have the money to pay for this internet bill. Your internet bill can provide you with entertainment. It can provide you with knowledge. It can provide you with community. It can provide you with friendship. So instead of seeing it as a bill, you see it as all those other things, which is then bringing more of those other things into your life. And it's just this change in mindset that you're all of a sudden going to be excited for. yeah, it's like a complete 360 almost. Like you've had some hard times and now you're coming back, and while things haven't really changed, your perspective has changed while you made that orbit. Let's see. What does your dragon have to say? You have the white gold dragon from Lyra. Connects you to the highest Christ light. Develop your casual chakra. Bathe in ninth dimensional Christ light. Yeah, so I mean, this is really speaking with the Hermit and with the crystal as well. This is about connecting to a higher self, a higher purpose, and kind of, yes, appreciating the material goods that we have here, but also taking it a step further and appreciating, the energy behind those material goods. And then we have the numerology card of 44, which is environment. And fours are also about, they're about foundations. They're about creating a strong foundation. It's about, it's actually interesting with the sun here with the planets on this card, because it's also about, the four elements, earth, air, fire, water. It is about the four directions on a compass, so north, south, east, west. And, so it's like all of those things. It's about the four seasons, which again is cyclical. It's about going around. So maybe you started a year ago, 2019, kind of looking at the same stuff that you're looking at now, but you've come full circle and you're now, I'm actually going to do it this way as opposed to this way, because counterclockwise is releasing, though maybe you are releasing. Maybe your circle went 360 in a counterclockwise direction, which then allowed you to release the negative thoughts towards these things. And now that you've come back to the beginning, now that we've come back to January again, you're looking at all of these things with a new mindset, with new eyes in a way. You're looking at it through almost through another dimension. Like you're still here, but it's almost like it's a different reality than when you were here a year ago. And then we have another 4, and we have higher power, which again, like the Amazonite and the Hermit, like this is all about connecting to your higher power and really understanding that you are a creator, you are a powerful manifester, and you are able to work with the energies of the universe, whether in this dimension or another, and really able to create the environment of your dreams. And even if this is not able to physically change anything at the moment, I feel like you are tapping into this power, this mindset of abundance, and it's really exciting for you. And this excitement is going to raise your vibration even higher, which will allow you to manifest more and more things into your life. It's just all about being in this higher vibrational state of peace, of love, of harmony, and almost understanding how the world is working on a much deeper level than what we can physically see and touch. Okay, group number 3. So that is my message for you from the cards today. If you enjoyed this reading, please consider subscribing to the channel, and I will see you in the next video. Love, light, and happiness to all of you. Have a fantastic day. Bye. Hello, group number 4. Those of you who picked chrysoprase. This is how you pronounce it.
Chrysoprase.
I had to look it up because it is not a stone that I have worked with before. Now we can tell that this is a water stone, and I did look it up in the little booklet, and this is a stone that calms the mind and combats stress and depression. It is a stone that says we act at times on the waves of emotion in a destructive and egocentric manner, and we need to be able to dominate our emotions as they are a reserve of vitality. So this stone is to help us not get overwhelmed with our emotions. Okay, so the chrysoprase, wonderful stone. I'm gonna have to get some. If you have any of this, let me know down in the comments below. I don't know where to find any. I haven't seen it at any of the gem shops, any of the conventions that I have been to. So I'm excited to try and find some. So let's start with your tarot cards. We have the Two of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, and the Justice card. Interesting combination of cards. Actually, the imagery on these cards is what's very interesting. If you look, you've got the eye with the light coming down, and we've got the sun with the light coming up. Very interesting. It's like they exist on different planes. So let's start with the Two of Pentacles. So the Two of Pentacles is about balancing. It's about balancing your finances. It is about managing your priorities, your time, being adaptable when things don't go your way, which actually is very reminiscent of what we read for this stone, right? It's about balancing your emotions when we're riding the wave of opportunity. And then we have the Ace of Cups here. And this is actually a card for new love, new romantic relationships, compassion, but it's also about creativity and emotions. And then we have the Justice card. And this is about fairness and truth and, as the name suggests, justice. So I'm feeling like coming into January 2020, you guys are maybe starting a new relationship, maybe starting a new business venture, a new career, or it's just you're feeling very emotional about the change of the year, so becoming 2020, becoming a new decade. Maybe this the new year in general is kind of overwhelming for you, and this is about balancing those emotions and making sure that you're taking care of yourself and being honest with yourself about what you have the energy to do, about what you have, like both physical and emotional energy, about what you have the energy to do, what you have the energy to accomplish, to plan out. Like maybe you're feeling overwhelmed, you've set way too many New Year's resolutions and you're feeling like already you can't accomplish them. So it's about like kind of focusing on one thing. Like we've got, the two hands, but focusing down on the one sun, whereas this eye actually has three lights going in different directions. But really what you need to focus on is just that cup in front of you as opposed to in the other directions and looking elsewhere. It is the Lady Justice focusing down on that one sun in front of her, that one task. Because if we focus too broad and we're doing this balancing act of, physical exhaustion, mental exhaustion, and just being overly busy and taking on too much, then we are just going to burn ourselves out. So it's about focusing down and doing what you feel capable and comfortable doing. It's about ignoring all of the ships and there's a dolphin in the background, actually. Look at that. It's about ignoring what's in the background and focusing on what's in front of you. So, removing distractions, but at the same time, sometimes those distractions are there for a purpose, and sometimes you need to take a break and turn around and watch that dolphin play, right? We can't be go, go, go all the time. We do have to take time for ourselves and relax and recuperate. We have to, with the Justice card here, we've got the scales. Okay, it doesn't want me to pick it up. There we go. We've got the scales here. So she's balancing these things. And it's also, we've got the lunar phase. So some of you might find that you are very affected by the different lunar phases. So, being respectful of yourself, especially like around, say, a full moon, when some of us can really be over emotional. Some of us get really tired around the full moon. The full moon is a time of release. And if you feel like you have to cry around the full moon, then just release it, let it go. Let go of these expectations that are too high, and really follow the lunar cycles if they speak to you. Okay, let's see, what does your dragon say? You have the golden crested dragon. Crested? Brings you higher love so that you embody the Christ light. Absorb the Christ light. You are protected. Expand your heart and remain fifth dimensional. Okay. Yeah. So this is, it's interesting that it's saying embody and absorb the Christ light. And we've got these cards with these beams of light coming down, right? This is a symbol that you are being divinely guided, whether it's Christ, God, universe, source, however you want to put it, even if it's just the energy of the universe, whether it is, whatever you believe might be out there. It is about understanding that you are protected by these energies and that you can expand your mind and enter these other realms and seek comfort. And then we have the numerology card of 6-6, which is healing. And healing really speaks with all of these cards, because when we are taking time to listen to our bodies, when you're taking time to listen to our emotions, then we can allow healing to occur. If we don't listen when we're getting exhausted or overwhelmed, or even just, when we're feeling overly emotional, whether it is in a positive or a negative state, if we're not listening to our body and understanding why we're feeling this way, then we can't heal. When we give ourselves the gift of listening to ourselves, then we can truly begin to heal. Okay, interesting here. We have 2 cards from the Wisdom of Oracle deck, and this first one is Between Worlds. So again, this balance. You've got this dark side and then this very vibrant side. And I feel like in January 2020, you guys are going to start stepping into this new world, because you have allowed this process of healing and respecting yourself physically and emotionally and mentally to occur. You're allowing this healing to occur. You're removing this blindfold from justice, and you're stepping into this new world, another dimension, so to speak. And then we have card 11, By the Book. So this could be an indication that this process is going to involve you learning some more. It could be about, taking knowledge that you've received, whether it's through a book, through a video, through meditation, and really taking it to heart and absorbing it. It's also, this card is also about, abiding to the rules of society and, conforming and, universal laws and that. But I'm feeling like you almost need to rewrite the book. You need to write your own book and live by that book, because there's so many different societies, so many different cultures, so many different family traditions and all of that, and that can get very overwhelming when you're trying to just, like, please everyone. So maybe a part of this healing journey is you going from this side where you were living by the book based on what society or your family or whoever has wanted to you, but now you're working on healing and you're writing your own book for this side. Okay, so I think that's all the messages I have for you, group number 4. This transition between this kind of muted grayscale kind of world and the colorful world on the other side, this is going to take a lot out of you. It is going to be physically and emotionally and spiritually demanding. So make sure you're just taking time for yourself. Make sure you're healing along the way with this journey. Okay? So if you enjoyed this reading, I would much appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button so that I can see you in the next video. Love, light, and happiness to all of you. Have a fantastic day. Bye.